Yo, what the fuck is going on? Today is December 12th. We're going to be going over penny stocks, pre-market, and open market. We're going to start with AMPG. AMPG ran yesterday on Wednesday. Had a week open and pushed up to yearly highs is at 255, just on the 1 year chart. This thing came back down. It pumped during after hours. It had an offering. It came back from the offering. It was holding still some key levels here. It was holding pre-market high yesterday. The overall, this market is just the Wild West. It's anything and everything can go. I think it's very hard to concentrate on what's going. I think that for me at least, things that don't tend to go are going, and then things that should run aren't run. Like it's all fucking over the place. But anyway, AMPG was holding pre-market highs here. I probably should have paid a little bit more attention to that, but I did not. Had a week open here, which is pretty nice. And I've talked about earlier in this past week. Usually things that put in a week open, if they're gonna run, they run usually within the first 10 minutes. Anything if this kept draining off from like 9:45, 9:50, those tend to just kind of stay down, and don't tend to put in a move. But this thing, nice week open, nice wicking candle right there. Shoots back over pre-market highs at 220 from yesterday. Goes straight up into the yearly highs at 255 and into yesterday's high in open market. Right there was 250, 251, 250. So at this point, and we also have this kind of downtrend right here. So I have that downtrend painted out. It does kind of break through, have like a mini 1 minute flag here. Overall, this ticker was just all over the fucking place. Trying to catch any of this was very difficult. It was very wild price action, not clean. Hindsight, it kind of looks clean, but it was bouncing all over the place. But she ends up kind of dipping here, ripping into the downtrend, putting a nice flag. This flag right here was really nice. These two dips right here, to 250 and 255, and then it shoots back up to pre-market high, breaks pre-market highs here at 305, and this would be the pre-market highs of this pre-market today, not yesterday. And once it broke that, it came all the way back. Once I started to see this, another thing we talked about was pre-market high, how it's been very bearish, and it continues today, where anything that's getting or going to pre-market high tends to fade off. We sometimes get a mini break and then fade, but I think there was only one ticker, I think it was CMRX on like Tuesday or something, that broke above it, held it, and then pushed again. That was like the only ticker I think this week that made a move over pre-market high. Everything else getting there. So as far as taking trades, like something like this is really nice. If obviously the pre-market high is a magnet both for the bullish on the front side, but then bearish on the back side. So, but yeah, once it hits pre-market high, she fades off, and then she's not doing anything anymore. But getting weird to see this on a day two move. Again, day twos I've talked about have been trash as well. Some look really good and they push, and some look really good and they just die off. So it's kind of hit or miss as far as taking stuff out of the open with day two moves. I tend to avoid it, but this flag right here was really nice. So kind of like one or two good opportunities on this one today. Moving to APVO. This one was a random popper. It was at like 12 bucks. Up, down, Christmas tree. I think it halted within the first 3 minutes. There's a key level here at 13. Halt up, halt down. We talked about again as well how things that are halting below the pre-market highs tend to be very bearish as well. They don't provide a lot of opportunities, so don't bag yourself. Going over to BURU. This thing, let's take a fucking look real quick. So I don't know if this is an offering or what, nor do I give a shit, but it popped here to 70 cents. Yesterday's pre-market high, it fades down. So in this pre-market, to me, this is still like, it's still kind of like a backside, just like recovery type play. Don't love it at all. Not even close to, if we were close to 70 maybe, but open, failed rotation, failed U pattern there, and then just died off. CDIO, this is a continual recycled name. I think it's been pushing up on, like, it's been a grinding stock for the past like 3 or 4 days. I don't really play this type of stuff, so I'm not really going to go over it, but it did break it and then just kind of faded off a cliff. CTHR, this is a classic ski slope, just going all the way down. These tend to just fade all the time. Instant pop at in after hours and then fading all the way down tends to be super bearish, so I stayed away from that one. GOEV, this one was the random stock of the day, but had the best price action of the day, which is fucking stupid, but it is what it is. So this thing, the daily chart is like beaten down really badly here. So this is pretty clean as far as just, it hasn't run. So usually stuff like this, when it bounces, there's a good bounce in general. We have some levels to fill. Overall, I didn't see this until probably down here. This thing just, a 15-cent stock. The volume was actually pretty decent, especially when we get up to here. I thought like to here, it could have just died off, but it just kept going and going. This is a nice uptrend right here that was holding off of. It filled us to 21 cents. We put in a nice kind of like double bottom flag, triple bottom flag here. And then we push again up into 28. Yeah, this one was really nice. And then we get a lot of this as well, where we get the push. We get this nice 5-minute dip, back to the previous high here at 24. We push back, we double top, and then fade off. This right here is very common. I actually take these trades a lot, expecting it to fail, just because this market has been more trash. Like we started off with bullishness, and it started to become more and more random as the days have gone by this week. Today, like if you took GOEV out, like today was just, it was more ass than usual, and to hold for bigger price targets just isn't the move right now, in my opinion. But yeah, so this would have been a good dip and rip pattern up to there. Clear like sell targets. Obviously, we can always hold some for a bigger move, but yeah, this morning price action was really nice. I definitely wasn't as bullish on it as other people, I think. But it is what it is. Nice moves here in general. LAES. This one is definitely, it deserves the bitch award of the day. I still have beef with LAES. I think yesterday yesterday I took some down here and got cut up, and then today I think I was red on this today as well. So I got mad beef with LAES. So the goal of this one was, it's a multi-day runner. So yesterday it pushed up here, it came down, it never got to pre-market highs and kind of just faded under here. And then in pre-market, it's like 30 minutes, an hour before bell, goes straight up, kind of flags into open. It's over the highs yesterday. It's looking pretty good. Outside of it, that it moved already a lot from here. If this is going to continue to go, continue to go. If we look at LDTC, let's take a look. So LDTC, kind of similar price action where we go straight up, go sideways. It kind of bull shapes here. And then going into, see the difference here is this is a day 3 move where LAS was a day 2. So could that be the difference? I don't know. But it did consolidate for an extra day here, and then it exploded up. So like this move, happen, but it didn't do this in pre-market. So essentially we could say that this move was the move in pre-market on LAES. But again, if we go to over to here, we have this push up here. It kind of bull shapes, and then in pre-market it pushes. So I'm looking for the same type of move with LDTC. I was expecting it to at least push maybe a little bit higher, but again, the pre-market high stuff just everywhere, all day, every day. Nice little dip here off the open to 165 to the previous high. It jumps up. So this would have been a decent ad entry right here. Gets fucking WWE slammed back down. It continues to grind. I think here I got I was trying to add off of this 165 again. We reclaim this. To me, this is kind of like an inverse head and shoulders. You know, to me, maybe it runs 10:30, 11 o'clock. We get this push, and it's just a fat ass. I mean, the price action itself was just slower than shit. I just don't really like it. I don't know. It just seems weird. It's just the weird ticker. You know, who knows? I'm sure if I had to take a guess, I'm sure this piece of shit runs to like, you know, I'm not gonna give out price targets, but it wouldn't surprise me if this piece of shit ran in the first few minutes of after hours. Moving to LDTC. This one just ran yesterday, so nothing really here. PALI won a cracker. This thing looked nice. I was going for the RZLV trade. So if you look at it, we have this downtrend. It's holding up pretty nicely. We have a gap fill here from 285 to 310. We have a beautiful first couple minute dip down to 260, 267. Weak open, and then it push back up. My thesis on this one was dip here, I added here, and then into pre-market highs. So we didn't get there. We got pretty close though. If we look at RZLV from yesterday on December 11th, we have a similar vibe. We have a push, we have a downtrend. It's holding up fairly well. It's not fading all the way back down to open. We have this nice 1-2 minute dip down here, and then it just push straight up. And this one gets to the downtrend, puts in a 1 minute flag, breaks it, gets to pre-market high, and then fades. So that was kind of my thesis on this one, which it pretty much did that. It got pretty close. I mean, what, 10, 15 cents away? I mean, she's up there a little bit, but same idea, did almost the exact same thing, and then faded off, and then just dead. RZLV, nothing there. All right, moving over to SYTA, SYTA. If you look in the past 30 days, it ran here on November 15th. And then this is kind of backside to me. It only gets to 130. It ran to 180 before. These are basically 99.9% chance guarantee of fading off a cliff. These tend to not do shit, so I tend to stay away from those. TRUG, again, a random spiker here. The price action on this was whippy as fuck. We do get a nice little flag here. We get two nice flags though. This one I stay away from. Like the first dip out of these things, I've seen shit just go straight up, straight down. It wouldn't surprise me if in 1 second this went from 57 to 40 cents, skipping over any stop loss, all that jazz. I've seen it because I've been part of it before, so I tend to wait on these things. Once volume kicks in like this, we're kind of setting a consistent like bounce level here. Like this was a nice double bottom flag here, like a mini double bottom flag here, and then push back up. I actually caught some of this, which was nice, and then it faded off. Usually, like I sold like right here again. I'm going solely off of just double top and then die off until this market shows me its tits. Otherwise, I'm not gonna hope and pray for $1 billion a share. So, but overall, this flag was good. This one was good, but it's just too early for me. And then a lot of times you see a push like this, it consolidates back here and then pushes to kind of like a head and shoulders type move. It kind of did that. It just didn't get kind of back to there. So just a weak rotation in general. But after that, it died off. TRVI. TRVI looked good, except just for a little bit. And then it's just some weird price action here. Once I saw this and this, I just kind of stayed away from it. I did take a dip to the yearly highs here at $4. And then, yeah, just kind of double topped itself and then just died out. So again, just choppy, like weird price action. Like look at this, just this push, rejection, back up to where it was, rejection. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck is that? But it kind of dies off, and I don't think it's done anything else. Oh, actually, it came back. Who would have thought? Let's see. I mean, okay. Whatever, trivia. Whatever. All right, moving over to VRAR. This one, just a day two move. Nothing here to talk about. All right, Wheeler, WHLR, Wheeler Walker Jr. This thing really wasn't on my radar at all. Let's see. It does have this nice flag below VWAP. The volume isn't great. We have this push. It halts here. And I guess I should have taken my own advice about halts under pre-market high are tend to be trash and bearish. But I did try some like here. Once it came back down, kind of holding like between 580 and 560. We have a support level. We have the dip to the previous high. To me, it was worth the risk, to like risk reward of getting back to like a double top here. But she ended up just kind of fading off too. So, yeah, this market is definitely on tough mode. I'm seeing there's just volume here and there, and once I look at that actual ticker, by the time I look at it, it's like already done. So very annoying price action, but we'll see. Hopefully this changes. It could get worse, it could get better. Who knows? There's still opportunity. It's just I think it's getting tougher and tougher as the days go by. But I'm pretty sure if I had to take a guess, what's going to happen is one of these days we're going to get a stock that just explodes out of nowhere, kind of like a black swanny. I think we had that a couple months ago, maybe 1 month or so ago. There was one, I forget, that kind of blew the top off of shorts, but I think going into the end of the year and all that, I think we'll probably get some more momentum, but who fucking knows? Peace out.